ya Calvin Bassey ainengeri jasude de lokabi kanti asa. Ladies and gentlemen, ya Calvin Bassey kuna vile amecheza vibaya, lazima mpenda msikilizaji. Refari agamba chuana akadenga karugwe kati. Refari agamba chi mukono kongo bulija uzano tuli ku Vision Radio 89.FM. Bida boitu wicha faraga dede la mukono kongo bulija uzano. Wabitio wicha faraga dede la passes bozitio. Nico O'Reilly for Timor with Manchester City. Nico O'Reilly numpira. Teteka zera watu mpura Nico O'Reilly. Bida teka once again no passo gudo clan. Nunye Jeremy Doku for Timor with the club of Manchester City. Jeremy Doku for Timor with Manchester City. Iza gudo kwa mikante teteka nyebatu mpura. Maana senu jinyo gudo clan. Maana senu jinyo gudo clan. Passes hivyo pole rafiki mpira msikilizaji. Niko Vision Radio 89.FM. Mbeda wetu wicha faraga dede. Wabitio wicha faraga dede la mukoro kongo bulija uzano. Mbeda wetu wichali. Mbeda wetu wicha faraga dede la mukoro kongo bulija uzano. Tuliko Vision Radio 89.FM. Wabitio wicha faraga dede la rafiki mpendo msikilizaji. Mbeda wetu wichali mukoro kongo bulija uzano. Tuliko mnana mwendako mzimu foma. Vision Radio feel good. Dakika zo zitambule dela mukoro kongo bulija uzano. Tuza kumuvu ane bade nungi. Tuza kumuvu ane bade mpitirivu nyonyi ni dalaga jekuza. Was indeed a lovely move. Was indeed a lovely move, ladies and gentlemen. Vision Radio 89.FM corner for Timor Waited for Club of Manchester City. Corner kududaura Timor Waited for Club of Manchester City. Tuli kumnana mwenda kaumusimu foma Vision Radio. Mwabali nyo dala ukwede fe yonajo wosinzi ni dala kwa mikatu uza radio. Batu wale kona kakati wagurumbu box wana box ya Timor Waited Fulham mchiraka. Bila leba kuata muko leba kujao. Bila leba kuata muko leba kujao. Bila leba kuata muko leba kujao ne kuita misi mpaka nje. Bila wakute muko leba kujao. 89.FM Vision Radio feel good. Mbeda wetu wicha faragan dedela mukoro kongo bulija uzano. Tuli kumnana mwenda kwa mzimu foma Vision Radio. Manchester City bachagiza kudolo kwa bikan barumba. Manchester City bachagiza kudolo kwa bikan barumba no. Wasendale nujini wa kudolo klani. Miside no pidele wakwata muko. Chirakano pidele wakujawa seja Timor Waited for Club ya Fulham. Fulham bagiza kudolo kwa bikan batabuki dedala ladies and gentlemen. Seja Timor Waited for Club of Fulham batabuki dedala ladies and gentlemen. Fulham batabuki dedala ladies and gentlemen. Tulikumnana mwenda akaumzimu foma Vision Radio. Asante sana, lazima kwa nasi pale popote ulipo. Ningependa lazima kusema shukurani na asante sana. Naligambi bugameti mwabali nyodela ukwede fe yarajogo sense dedala kwa bikantu uza radio. Chituza mukumanyi Manchester City bagiza kudala kwa bikantu batabuki dedala. Sajia Timor Waited Manchester City batabuki dedala dala ladies and gentlemen. Banonye gole yokubidi before this first half. Ains za kudala kwa bikantu banonye gole yokubidi wano ladies and gentlemen. Tuli kumnana mwenda akaumisimu foma Vision Radio. Asante sana, lazima kuwa nasi pale popote ulipo. Mwale nyodela kwa dedafe yonajo wosense dedala kwa bikantu uza radio. Sajia Timor Waited for Club ya Fulham. Gira cross nunjenyo nira kudono climb. Misinde no. Bida kwa tamuko. Sambe kenyini waneno kubaise Phil Foden. Alexander Iwobi no pide na kona muko na kujeho. Iwobi Alexander Iwobi Obina. Teteka zidela bwati mpola. Pase zivu poli rafiki mpeno msikilizaji. Legira pase zivu mpira munjenyo ne kuita wisi paka nje. Pida munje ne kufurumide dala paka waedo. Pida munjenyo ne kufurumide dala paka nje. Vision Radio 89.FM. Pida wetu wicha faraga dedela mukoro kongo bulija uzano. Legira pase zivu poli. Wata muko bulujinyo Joachim Anderson. Wamusindi kalibedeko. Igira kungato zika bidedela mukoro kwangu bulija uzano. Ngato zika bidedela ladies and gentlemen. Passes hivyo pole rafiki mpeno msikilizaji. 1-2 ladies and gentlemen. Watamuka Alexander Iwobi Obina. Wamusindi kaona alimedeko Alexander Iwobi Obina. Pidele bakoda muko lekuita wisi mpaka nje. Sajia Timor Waited for Club Manchester City. Pida kwa nyamuko lekuita wisi mpaka nje. Vision Radio 89.FM. Tuduka muda chika makumi ya satu mchitundu chinulobo ejiti soki dedela. Tunaingia dakika hivyo. Yani lazima tunaingizana dakika hivyo 30 kwenye kipindi cha kwanza hivyo juana sika leo. 89.1 Vision Radio. Ila passes wiziti mpona pole rafiki mpendwa msikilizaji. Passes hivyo pole pole. 1-2 moja kwa moja. Ila passes hivyo pole pole, ladies and gentlemen. Kwa tamuko bulungi nyonyi nidala sabike nyini gwese Sandberg for timu rubete fa club Fulham. Teteka ni bulungi nyo Sandberg. Wagudo Klein ngato zigiza kudalo kwa bikanzika bano. Manchester City wagiza kudalo kwa bikan badi feringo bulungi nyo. Sajia timu rubete fa club Manchester City wanajaribu lazima kudefend vizuri kabisa. Ladies and gentlemen. Sa kudalo kwa bikan badi feringi dedala bulungi nyo nyini dalaga jekoisa. Ila passes wiziti mpona pola. 1-2 Alexander Iwobi-Obina for timu rubete fa club ya Fulham. Teteka nyeturu pasi nuji nyo Glenn Klein misile no bidale bakwata muko de bakujja wasajja timu rubete fa club Fulham. Raul Jimenez ila box ya timu rubete Manchester City. Sandberg lengira Wilson mpira for timu rubete Fulham. Passes hivyo pole pole rafiki mpira msikilizaji. Kwata muko uruji nyo Msambike nyini kwese Raul crossing chetu no kona for timu rubete fa club Fulham. Kona kuruda wa timu rubete fa club ya Fulham. Tuliku Vision Radio 89.1 Bera wetu wichafaraga dedela mukoro kongo bulija urusano. Webitio wichafaraga dedela, ladies and gentlemen. Kona for timu rubete fa club ya Fulham. Kona kuruda wa timu rubete fa club ya Fulham. Wilson Msambi sasa luki kibali kukona kuruda wa timu rubete fa club ya Fulham. Sajja timu ya Fulham tebakiriza nakatona kidagala. Timu rubete fa club Fulham bageza kudalo kwa bikan batabu kidagala. Wilson na mwetege fenyo kujaye kona. Tulegere kona sasa luki kwa Gudano Klein mu box tulegere shot first time no. Beda munji na guita. Beda munji nyone guita bisi paka nje. Beda munji nyone gufurubide dala paka waweru. Vision Radio 89.1 Sajja timu ya Fulham wanajaribu lazima kugombana hapa kidogo. Najaribu lazima kugombana kidogo lakini hali bado imekataa. Hali bado lazima imekataa mpendo msikilizaji. Hali bado imekataa mpendo msikilizaji. 89.1 FM Vision Radio feel good. Dakika tulimwasa tumubirie zakara mchitule kisokidedala. Neno wajita mnana mwenda kwa mzimu foma Vision Radio feel good. Wale nyodala kwa dada fe yonajo wasensi dedala kwa bikanti uliza radio. Ningependa lazima kusema asante sana. Ila passes weziti mpona pola. 1-2 watamuko nero rujinyo Joaquin. Teteka nya once again wa Emil Smith Rowe. Ilizi Iwobi-Obina. Teka paso Raul for timu rubete fa club Manchester City. Kosige chitu once again Wilson box ya timu rubete fa club Manchester City. Kose nujinyo kulu Klein mitwe jigeza kudalo kwa bikanji kabano. Pida neba kwa tamuko Phil Foden mpira na kujeo. Phil Foden abaguza kidogo mpira na kujeo. Ngatu wali okusanyo ubi. Wali okusanyo ubi refari agamba chuano. Sambe Haaland bomusambi de buwa na aliwansi kutaka. Ali sinzuri hata kidogo. Haaland bomusambi de buwa mbeda siye nunji enyonyi ni daloto walizamu. Mbeda siye nunji enyonyi ni daloto walizamu. Tuliku 89.1 FM Vision Radio feel good. Haaland kuna namna mpiga kiato vibaya sana mpira msikilizaji. Pengateri Pengato eri alagirwa. Haaland achali wansu wano tuchiagiza kudolo kwa bikanti tumujanja bamugire mubendala. Najaribu lazima kumtibu hapa kidogo hapa. Refari yagiza kudolo kwa bikanti ya nyumi ya moko na basanyi batimu rubete fa club Manchester City. 89.1 FM Vision Radio asante sana lazima kwa nasi. Pale popote ulipo ningependa lazima kusema shukrani na asante sana kusikiliza radio. Tuza kugola la njasude dolo kwa bikanti ateba. Tebe gole badde makula. Tebe gole badde nunji enyonyi ni dalanga chekobeza. Tebe gole badde mpitirive enyonyi ni dalanga chekobeza ono. Sambe Erling Haaland Braut. He simply can't stop scoring. He simply can't really stop scoring. Msabe watu kwese Erling Haaland Braut. Urudo rati murubete fa club ya Manchester City. Tulibida chikasa mwenyeza kada mjitule kisokidedla. Walikumnana mwenda kwa msimu fama Vision Radio. Mobile nyodela okubida dafe yona jogo sinsi dedalo kwa bikanti uliza radio. Ningependa lazima kusema shukurani na asante sana. Manchester City goli muti murubete fa club Fulham mu Brazil. Webitio wichafara gandedala mukono gongo bulija urizano. Made our way to which Afaragan Didala, ladies and gentlemen. Vision Radio 89 FM. Santi sana lazima kwa nasi pale popote ulipo. Aligambi kugambi timu wale nyudala kwa dafe. Inajogo sense didala kwa Canton's radio. Egida Manchester City bazemo kurumbano kakati. Manchester City Nico Gonzalez eza kudala kwa kanti atete Nico Gonzalez. Misinde wanonga tozigeza kudala kwa kanti kabono. Bila kwata muko Matheus Nunes for timu rubitira fa club Manchester City. Pasi wa Bernardo Silva. Omukwata nga basatu aganyo kugwa Bernardo Silva gani lero kugwa, ladies and gentlemen. Regida passes zivu polipodi rafiki mpena msikilizaji. 1-2 sajia timu rubitira fa club ya Manchester City bakiza kudala kwa kanti batete kanyi watu mpona bila kudamo Vigano Klein. Passes zivu polipodi rafiki mpena msikilizaji. Kwata muko nero ruje nyumsambi sasa Lukik. It is Emil Smith Rowe for timu rubitira fa club Manchester City. Ngato zigeza kudala kwa bikanzika bano ngato zigeza kudala kwa bikanzika bano pira kuzabuze mu bigalando pira gubye teka paso segeno wano ewa Tian Linders for timu rubitira Manchester City. Tian Linders ngato gulu box yere mido kwa giza ko twara shot na Haaland giza ko twara chidaka egole gani de dala ladies and gentlemen. Egole gani de dala ladies and gentlemen. Vision Radio 89 FM. Egole gani de dala mukorogongo mlijawuzano. Manchester City hade bafunya kakisa kukulabika bafune golo wano eyoko bili wano. Ilikuwa wamepata bahati lazima kupata goli la tatu hapa lakini wakashindwa. Pale medua enyonyo ni dalaga jekobisa. Was indeed a lovely chance. It was indeed a lovely chance kuruda urati murubitira fa club ya Manchester City bazimune wafuna chance roka kati chance nujenyo Man City de bafune gole okubiri wano. My lovely Jesus. Manchester City Tian Linders afune gole okubiri wano. Katonda wangi Linders afune gole okubiri wano, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my lovely Jesus. Oh my lovely Jesus. Manchester City batebe gole okubiri wano. Manchester City, ladies and gentlemen, bafune gole okubiri wano. My lovely Jesus. Manchester City bafune goli okubiri. Manchester City wamepata goli ya pili hapa. Bafunye goli okubiri, ladies and gentlemen. Ya timu nobetera fa club Manchester City.
10 minutes out from half time. Fulham nil, Manchester City 2, and for Diani Reinders, his second Premier League goal of the season.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, and
for Manchester City, a 2-goal lead. Haaland, the goal scorer, turning provider, turning with two Fulham players up against him towards the path of Diani Reinders, who made a run from the edge of the D, down the centre, inside the box, with a bit of a passing, and then once one-on-one with Bernd Leno. Right-footed lobs the City goalkeeper and puts the ball in towards the bottom left-hand corner. City 2 up, and City looking comfortable. And City looking as if they're moving to within 2 points of Arsenal at the top of the Premier League table. Only 7 minutes gone. Tiani Reinders finding his second Premier League goal of the season. Fulham nil, Manchester City 2 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. And for Marco Silva, a lot of jotting down on his notepad to do. For Pep Guardiola, looks uncharacteristically relaxed in the Manchester City technical area. And again, Fulham with a bright spell in the game and then conceding. They had possession again with Emil Smith Rowe on this left-hand side on the halfway. That was absolutely devastating from City. Haaland picking the ball up. A brilliant one from Reinders. Haaland picks him out perfectly down the centre. And then the rest is history, as they say. Anderson out towards Kenny Tete. Here's Sasa Lukic with Nico O'Reilly close by. Lukic brought down by O'Reilly, but illegally so in the eyes of Craig Pawson. For a free kick just towards the halfway in the centre. Elsewhere in the Premier League this evening, one other game taking place at 7:30, and it is AFC Bournemouth 0, Everton 0. And we'll be underway in a few moments' time at St James's Park as Newcastle United take on Tottenham. All 3 Premier League games this evening you can listen to, courtesy of the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. In the Championship, midway through the first half, Blackburn Rovers 0, Ipswich Town 0, and in League One, Wigan 0, Burton 0. Smith Rowe into the area here for Fulham. Moves out to Foden, recovered by Iwobi on the left, drifts it infield, around about 30 yards out from goal, looking to slip through Wilson on his right foot. City managed to clear it. Wilson, when the ball bundled back, couldn't make an attempt to play it because he was in a offside position. City clear the ball towards the half. Glanced on before finding Haaland. Here's Sanderberger out to the right hand side, and this time Wilson can get a touch. Here's Sanderberger again, moving the ball in field, and it goes towards the path of Ryan Sessegnon for the Cottagers. Smith Rowe plays it back towards the halfway and plays it back in towards the possession of Calvin Bassey. Bassey, in space of his own, plays it infield towards Anderson inside the centre circle. Kenny Tete towards the path for Sasa Lukic at his back to goal, finds Iwobi. His time on the right flank as opposed to his more natural and favoured left side. Fulham do win themselves a throw though down that flank. Kenny Tete in the right back position plays it back to Bert Leno between the sticks. 5 minutes to go until half time. Fulham 0, Manchester City 2. Goals by Erling Haaland and Tijani Reinders in the 17th and the 37th minute respectively, separating the two sides here at Craven Cottage. And it looks like, as things stand for Manchester City, they're going to make it 19 wins out of 19 against them. They haven't lost to the Cottagers since September 2011. And their record in playing this slot has been really good. Manchester City have won 13 of their last 14 evening kickoffs in the Premier League, 7 p.m. or later. The exception to this in the run is a 2-2 draw at Brentford back in January, while their last such defeat was at Aston Villa back in December 2023. And the way things are going here at Craven Cottage, it looks like that fairly comfortable run is set to continue. 2-0
audio
up
capture,
and
not registered.
rather dominant in this game. Fulham have had a couple of chances, but they've not really tested Gianluigi Donnarumma as of yet in the Manchester City goal. Here's Bernardo Silva back into the path of Ruben Diaz. Here's Phil Foden in possession now. Towards the path of O'Reilly on the halfway. Foden back to Cavadio once again, who plays it back to Donnarumma, who will launch it forward on his left foot towards the halfway. Glanced on and checked. Nunez was on back temporarily by Sessegnon, but recovered by Bernardo Silva. Here's Diaz. Foden back to goal. Reinders turning on to find Dog. And he almost got there inside the penalty area, but for a bit of now towards Reinders, turning 25 yards on the left-hand side. Haaland plays in Doku inside the D, but the flag goes up. Plus stoppage time to go until half-time. No Gallagher. Potentially saying that there was a big announcement imminent. Well, we've seen it. Jeremy Doku causing all sorts of damage for so far for Manchester City. Some might say they're beginning to rediscover their touch. Reinders with this corner on the left-hand side. He's going to swing it out on his right foot. Haaland makes that
audio
typical
capture, not
move
registered.
towards the back post. Bernardo Silva caught. He's going to strike one. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a strike from Phil Foden! They have 3 before the break. And for Phil Foden, that's 3. And the Cottagers look absolutely sheltered. A statement in southwest London this evening. A minute to go. The corner played in by Reinders, punched away by Leno. Then a curled effort in towards the top left tag. Full stretch, had absolutely no chance at all. And it looks like now Fulham have no chance at all. Fulham 0, Manchester City. Foden 47 shirt saying he's one of our own. He very much is. A minute out from half time. Fulham 0, Manchester City 3. It has been a dominant first half from Pep Guardiola's side. And Fulham, who continue to endeavour and continue to show some huff and puff, they've just been outclassed by Manchester City. And when they're in this kind of sparkling form, there's hardly a team in the land that can touch them or stop them. We're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. 3 minutes added on by the fourth official. Jimenez is that towards
not registered.
Hand side as they attack. And for this game, well, the stats are like this. City with 8 shots, 3 on target, all 3 culminating in goals, 15 touches of the opposition penalty area. In terms of possession, actually quite even, 55% to Manchester City in comparison to 45% for Fulham. But it's Wilson to take this corner on the right. He's going to swing it out on his left foot with senior players in white towards the penalty spot. Played in towards the near post, glanced away by Foden. City bring it down, but it's become. Who himself puts the ball in towards the bottom left-hand corner, and the gap makes it Fulham 1, Manchester City 3, and we're not even at half. Of Premier League football you will see this season. City right hand side, hooked it back on his right foot, and then in towards the bottom left hand corner, past Donnarumma. 4 goals, and there's still a minute or 2 of football left to play. Here's Harry Wilson on the half, and Fulham are looking for another here, and there is spaces to run into. Here's Kenny Tete, Sasa Lukic on the right hand side, and City almost look vulnerable now at the back. Here's Sander Berger out to Kenny Tete.
Audio capture not registered.
Towards the path for Calvin Bassey. Bassey out to Iwobi. Fulham sense there may well be. Cross goes in, flicked away by Gonzalez. Hahn looks to hold it up, cleared away by. We head to the final 20 seconds or so of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Period. Here's Kenny Tete. Wilson back to Tete. Add on because of the Fulham goal in stoppage time at the end of the opening period. Manchester City, Wilson being put under pressure, but that in the top flight of English football, having done so quicker than any other. Grinders to get Manchester City second in the 37th minute, and then back for Fulham. We've seen a real exciting first half here at Craven Cottage. It is Fulham 1, Manchester City 3.
SWB audio capture, not registered. SWB audio capture, not registered. SWB audio capture, not registered.
I mean, great work for City as well down that left-hand side. A brilliant run from Reinders in the middle. He just overs it, but take nothing. It makes it look so easy, Kelly. It's like he's in the playground with his mates. Like, it's just knee over, keeps it down, and it's past Leno in a blink of an eye. It's so powerful to finish, and again, 100 goals and I think it's 111 Premier League games. It's just an unbelievable.
It's incredible, isn't it? He's just broken so many records, as have Manchester City since he's been at the club. But in an era where perhaps other players such as your Mo Salahs, your wingers, your number 10s, your false nines, he is proof, isn't he, that number 9s still score goals and he's still the main man.
Yeah, he's a special one though, because like you look at the profile and how big he's explosive and
not registered.
You talk about players when they go through on goal, then you've got to stay cool and calm and cold, and the goals that he scores all sorts of goals, headers, and he goes through on goal, he waits, he lifts it over the goalkeepers, he passes it into the corner. And for me, growing up and some of the great goal scorers over the years, like the Premier League's ever seen, Shearer, like Aguero, Fowler, Wright, Shearer, all these players, Michael Owen, and this guy's at the top. He deserves it. He's just a machine.
And he does score, as Jermaine said, then so many different types of goals, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you say, how do you defend against this character? Because he's like 6'4", 6'5". He's brilliant in the air. Yeah, he's strong on the left foot, right foot. I don't know, powerful. I think he's even linked up, for the Reinders goal tonight. He just strengthened Anderson, the centre half. He bounced off him, and then the way to pass for Reinders as well for the goal. So he's not only got 100 goals in that, he's had a few assists along the way as well.
He got an assist for the second goal.
That's what I'm saying. He's had a few assists along the way, so he's just a brilliant all-round player. And he's not scored in 3 games in all competitions. And he'd be angry because he missed that chance early part. He hit the post in a 1v1 tonight as well. And you'd see that finish. He was nearly angry with the finish, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I remember with Thierry Henry. I remember looking at Thierry sometimes. I feel like, when you look at something, you're like, it's not fair, really, because you're that good. You're that big and powerful. You've got everything. And I think this man is exactly the same. He's just on another level.
He is indeed. Well, the second half is coming very soon. It's been a pretty good game as well. But of course, all the headlines are about Erling Haaland. He has entered the one.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you are new. I think you can see shots. Goes 3. Man City.
SWP audio capture not registered.
Then Fulham just won. Possession 51-48 in favor of Man City. Then we have shots 8 Man City. Then 3 we have Fulham. Shots on target, yes, out of 8 Man City had 3. Then Fulham had 2 out of 3. Corners 1, Man City 2. Then Fulham 3. So basically those are the statistics. Let me see. Player ratings. So far, I think Smith Rowe has 7.7 out of 10. That is Fulham. Then Foden has 8.8. That is serious. Then Haaland has 8.4. Means Haaland has been good and also Foden excellent. Then also this one has 8.2. Basically Nunez has 7.4. I think you can see Diaz 7.0. So basically we have over 3 Man City players with their rating above 8. So all around Man City is still good, and I think there are more goals to come. Let's see that in the second half. Let me look at some of other scores.
SWP audio capture not registered.
If I see that, Bournemouth Bournemouth and Everton first half 0-0. Then we have Fulham. Yes, Fulham versus Manchester, of course, 3-1. Newcastle Tottenham still 0. Wait. Yeah, 16 minutes. It is still on. 0-0 Newcastle Tottenham. Barcelona Atletico Madrid. That is some good game. Atletico versus Barcelona. 29-1-1. Hey, that is some good game also. Then what ended Osasuna Iblo 5-3. That is Osasuna winning. Real Mallorca Numancia 3-2 in favor of Mallorca. Hey. So basically that is it. We're waiting for second half. But I think Barcelona Atletico is hell of a good game. Just 30 minutes, 1-1.
SWB audio capture, not registered. SWB audio capture, not registered.
Smith Rowe. Wilson. Castagna. Sonderberger. Alvin Batty. Now Sessegnon. Chukwueze. Just a nice little early sign of Chukwueze. He's love to take players on. City's left winger Doku. In for Haaland. It'll come for Foden, and that's another lovely finish. And if we're back in this game, they're not anymore.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Phil Foden just killing the game off. And that was always the conundrum for Fulham and Marco Silva. He rolled the dice at half-time, brought on Castagna to get forwards, brought on Chukwueze, put Iwobi into midfield and thought, right, early on in the second half, we'll try and take the game to City. But this kind of sucker punch was always a possibility when you try and commit bodies forward. I will say he's in fantastic goal-scoring form at the moment, Phil Foden. Beautiful finish. That's a tight little angle just to squeeze that in at the near post as Leno comes out. And he really does slip the ball in nicely. Really composed finish from Foden. Two minutes and 23 after the start of the second half. Berger. So Fulham had emerged from the tunnel full of hope of enacting Plan B. What are they on now?
Well, yeah. I'd rather they've had a go though. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather see that than not. It means a tall order. They did make positive changes. It's not just Haaland scoring goals for Manchester City at the moment. It's Phil Foden as well. That's a scary thought.
SWB audio capture,
City
not
have scored
registered.
4 at the Cottage. They won 4-0 here 2 years ago. Foden on the score sheet that day as well. So largely inanimate Marco Silva now. Vardiol. Jimenez. Given as a foul. Sessegnon. Iwobi. And still. It's Wilson. It's Jimenez. And it's Polak's Nico Gonzalez. Anderson.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
It will be. Chukwueze. Smith Rowe.
Just opened up. Had to use the City defender to whip the ball away, and I think Gonzalez just now feeling the sting of that effort a moment ago.
Hit a midships.
Yeah,
Matthew.
it was. When he went down initially, there's the one from Smith Rowe just a moment ago, trying to open the goal out. He's got some goal scoring opportunities today. I know he's got one, but he's looked effective, Smith Rowe. It takes a while to recover, doesn't it? You get a ball smashed right in the midriff. Harry Wilson sets it back and is right on that line in front of Donnarumma.
Not what you need on a cold night by the Thames. Considerable margin now. Manchester City, the top scorers in the Premier League this season. 31 goals and counting, 6 more than Arsenal. O'Reilly. Doku. Foden. Way to Doku. And with a deflection, that's 5. And City score 5 at Craven Cottage for the first time since
SWB audio
1927.
capture, not registered.
This one with a slice of fortune about it.
5. Well, it's getting a little bit silly now from Fulham. And I know City have been good, but they are just coasting into these situations far too easily. They give the really sloppy there, straight into Doku, and he's always going to look for that far post. He does get a little bit lucky because the ball loops up, ricochets off Berger and into the far corner. But it is sloppy from Fulham. There's no getting away from it. We can credit Manchester City with how well they're playing, but it's just a little bit too easy for the away team.
Just my initial impression, but that looked to be going wide for Doku.
Possibly. I mean, it did nick off the inside of Berger, which did push it back in towards the goal.
Well, the initial thought is to give it to Doku, but it may well be changed to an own goal. This for certain is that it's 5-1 Manchester City.
With only 55 minutes gone. This could be a long evening.
Mention of the only previous occasion when City have scored 5 on this ground gives you another opportunity to ask me whether I was commentating.
Well, I did wonder if you dug that out of your notes.
1927 in the old second division, 5-2 City won here. They've never scored 6 on this ground.
You're always prepared, aren't you? Carrying those files around everywhere.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
I'm not sure I was necessarily prepared for City scoring this many goals.
No, it felt a City win before the game. That was my gut feeling, but not by 5.
Harry Wilson. This is going to come to Alex Iwobi to strike. And it's raining goals at Craven Cottage. What a crazy evening.
Well, it's just one after another. They're good goals as well. Both Fulham goals really well taken. Smith Rowe, a header in the first half, and this really nice finish from Alex Iwobi. Uses the players as that marker Little bit of spin on the ball, but comes onto it beautifully, sets it off outside the post and really whips it with his right foot. Donnarumma, not too far away, but was never getting down to that. Brilliant finish.
Foden. Three goals in a 9-minute spell early in this second half. And bad news for Jeremy Doku. Official sources now say that it is a Sander Berger own goal.
Yeah, but you can just about tell from where the ball released from his foot that it was going to go wide of that far post, and it was deflected into the goal. And that does probably make sense, it's fair enough.
Oh, Fulham up in arms.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
There's plenty of fight in this Fulham team. While it's been a little bit easy for Manchester City to capitalise on certain situations of being in that position or giving the ball away, players like Harry Wilson, they're having a right go this evening. He certainly feels it's a corner.
Smith Rowe. Chukwueze. Jimenez. Offside flag is up.
There's not many opportunities in front of goal this evening. Jimenez, he just goes a fraction early there, look. Good yard offside.
John Stones is going to come on shortly for Manchester City.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
In front of the City fans. Looks like it's going to be a double change. Actually, Sabino's getting ready as well as Stones to come on. Wilson. Jimenez on the chest and taken from him by Nunes.
Lovely spot from Harry Wilson. Beautifully weighted delivery with his left foot. Good play from Smith Rowe again. He's finding that space nicely in there. That's very much Jimenez kind of style, just peeling off to the back post, wanting to bring the ball down on his chest, and just under pressure a little bit too much, couldn't quite keep his feet.
Corner's a decent delivery. Asked a few questions. Chukwueze, he'll whack it. Batty. Chukwueze, no foul. City can break. Doku. coming off shortly, replaced by Sabinho.
Fulham in a positive mood after their goal. Nice response, has kept the game alive a little bit. Felt like it was going to go really flat.
SWP audio captured, not registered.
You get off me odds on for the winning 6-5 then.
Wouldn't quite jump that far.
Berger. Castagna, Smith Rowe. Alrighty. That's up. Jimenez. Time for those substitutions. So Nico Gonzalez could probably do with a lie down in a warm bath.
Yeah. He needs to recover. Be interested to see whether Ross Stones will go into midfield, which I assume he will.
So that's one change. Stones for Gonzalez. Guardiola doesn't seem too pleased with Gonzalez as he comes off. Slovenia for Doku.
Stones into the central midfield role, just a replacement for Gonzalez.
SWP audio capture, not registered.
Metric shows Fulham's improvement. Chukwueze. Iwobi. It's Sessegnon. Here's Wilson. That does go off.
We always felt it was coming. That initial run from Sessegnon was the problem. Finds himself in the 18-yard box and he's so far offside. For me, that the flag can just go up straight away. Doesn't need to be delayed at that point.
Sander Berger has just been informed on the big screens at either end of the field that he has been debited with an own goal.
It's not great for your confidence mid-game, is it?
Not really. Iwobi drilled out to Sessegnon. Castagna. Wilson, Smith Rowe. Berger.
SWP audio capture, not registered.
Fired in for Jimenez. Profits in that area. Castagna. Dismissed by Stones.
And that's good defending from Diaz. That is a typical Raul Jimenez run. Lovely ball into the box, just didn't quite have the pace or the reaction time to get across the face of Diaz.
Wilson. Iwobi. Batty. Sessignon. Good by both. Wilson's lost it to O'Reilly. Encouragement to have a counter.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Stania. Too much of Wilson and Jimenez. I don't know if it's City just, foot off the gas, coasting a little bit, but Fulham having plenty of the ball. Sabinho. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Reinders. Savino. Haaland. Second time he's been denied by the frame tonight. Well, could be a hat-trick. What a move. The way he attacks that back post, just gets high up above Sessignon. Foden. Well, this is a centre forward that can attack the ball in the box in any position at any time. He drifts out to the back, gets hung up there. Look at the way he just comes across the top of Sessignon. Lovely flighted ball, so inviting to head, gets all the contact he needs.
SWB audio capture,
again,
not registered.
An inch out from putting it in the back of the net. Chukwueze. That's proving fairly adhesive. Iwobi. How well they've played. I mean, they've done some good things in this game, Fulham, but defensively in those moments, they've just looked so inferior to City whenever they've gone forward. The ball's gone in the box. They just cannot deal with it. Iwobi. Sessignon. Berger.
Cleared and struck in for 3 by Chukwueze. And this madcap game takes another intriguing twist. Fulham apparently are not done yet.
Clearly not done yet. And he's in good form.
SWB audio capture not
really
registered.
Nice. There've been some good goals this evening. We've really been treated to some nice finishing from top players. A really tight offside on that ball coming through, which is being checked by VAR. It's got a chance of being ruled out, this. You can't take anything away from that lovely finish. Such an inviting ball, sat up beautifully. Good contact, right in the corner. But the offside's tight.
Yet to be determined whether that will stand as Samuel Chukwueze's first goal for Fulham. So bring your forensic skills to bear on this, Matthew.
Well, technology will do its job on it.
That's a cop-out from you, isn't it?
You just hit a button on the computer and it does it for you, John.
Semi-automatic offside and all that. There are two elements to this. The first ball out wide is the one they're checking at the moment.
Yeah. Also, the angle. We're slightly off that dead angle from seeing it. It's just so misleading when you're dealing with 5 centimetres. It's near on impossible.
VAR is Paul Howard, assisted by Adam Nunn, in the booth at Stockley Park this evening.
They'll be using the semi-automated for this, won't they? It's too tight.
So whether Fulham are genuinely back in this game or not, albeit at a distance, all depends on the next few seconds. Marco Silva is making his own examinations. You know what conclusion he's going to come to.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Meanwhile, Fulham are poised to make a double substitution. In fact, Jimenez has galloped to the near side, ready to be replaced.
I think it is hard when you've got multiple offsides in one move, which is what they're looking at here. It's going to take a little bit of time.
Well, they've moved from the first potential offside to the second now in their deliberations. This is 3 minutes and counting now.
Yeah, it could be down to a shirt sleeve, couldn't it? Usually that's the hard bit for me, the cut-off point and the armpit and the sleeve. It's very detailed.
Well, that looked like a thumbs up from Paul Howard, the VAR. This is going to stand. This is going to stand. It's 5-3.
They deserve it. They really do. Their reaction and mentality when the 5th Manchester City goal went in wasn't just to lay down and give the game up. They've really got hold of the ball, had more possession, probed, pressed, got in the box, and they've got their reward.
And Chukwueze's got his first goal in English football. And in the aftermath of that, 2 changes by Fulham. Josh King has come on, the precocious 18-year-old, in place of Smith Rowe. And a change up top, the gangling Jonah Kusi Asare, Swedish under-21 international, who is on loan from Bayern with an option to buy. He's come on for the veteran Jimenez.
Well, that's an interesting change as well. Fresh centre forward with a fresh, young, creative number 10 on the pitch.
SWB
Josh
audio
King
capture
is having a brilliant
not
season.
registered.
Thrown forward towards Kusi Asare. Chukwueze. City a little flustered and a little hurried. Wilson. Berger. Castagna. Corner. Well, last touch back off Savinio, and Harry Wilson was straight over there to grab hold of that ball. In swinging with his left foot. Harry Wilson then. Underway. Chukwueze! He's done it again! Two in no time at all from Samuel Chukwueze. And having been 5-1 behind, it's 5-4 now. Fulham on the charge. This can't happen. Surely this can't happen. What a response we are seeing here at Craven Cottage. Absolutely brilliant. Impact of the subs has just been top. And Chukwueze again, whose confidence is absolutely brimming, just comes onto this ball. It's not the cleanest of hits.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Bodies. He's got a nice bit of dip on it actually. Very similar to the one he just scored. It bounces just in front of him, and just to control that ball is difficult by itself. His manager, for me, is not getting too carried away there, Marco Silva. He's not bombing up and down the touchline. He really feels there's something in this. Momentum, John. When it swings hard.
Fulham have got all of it right now.
Yeah.
And they've got time to cause some further damage and, frankly, embarrassment to Manchester City.
This game was... We absolutely thought it was dead. 5-1. No problems at all for City. They're cruising on through. And this Fulham team will not give up. Regardless of what happens now in this game, I mean, it's such a positive feeling, an upbeat feeling for the Fulham players and the supporters at home to have come back to this position.
Clear by Joachim Andersen. Here's Diaz. Wilson. Kusiasare. Gvardiol. Iwobi. Fulham are preparing to send on their record signing, the winger Kevin. I hope he'll cause a bit more mayhem.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Pass it forwards, the crowd are up. That's the kind of feeling inside Craven Cottage at the moment.
Well, they're not singing anymore.
Stunned, I think.
Fulham's final change. Kevin, cost more than any other player in the club's history, replaces the excellent Harry Wilson. And Manchester City respond by sending on Ryan Cherki in place of Tijani Reinders.
Marco Silva just trying to get as many fresh legs on the pitch as he can now. There have been only 6 matches in Premier League history with more goals in it than this one.
You're not going to ask me, are you?
No.
Good.
I might end up telling you in a minute.
That's better.
It's the all-time record. Portsmouth 7, Reading 4. Back in the mists of time.
Yeah.
Iwobi. King. Scuffled through to Donnarumma.
SWB audio capture, not
They had a
registered.
shock against Leeds on Saturday, Manchester City. Just about came through it. Not in their wildest dreams did they feel they'd be hanging on for the last 10 minutes here when that 5th went in.
Maybe this is a bit of a reality check. Talk of the City comeback, the Renaissance. This wouldn't have happened to the old Manchester City.
No. I think there would have been a lot more kind of clinical in terms of possession, killing the game, maybe make it a bit more dull and boring, but...
Oh, this is going to come Kusiasare's way. It howls across on the Hammersmith end. Yeah, we'll take a look. For the time being, it's a goal kick.
There's one goal in it. We're in the territory now where anything can happen, really. It's just as much stepping across from Kusiasare than it is O'Reilly going into the back of him. He's looking for that contact. The big centre forward steps across his path, and that's an equal collision for me. But close. All it needs is a little something, doesn't it?
Last time we saw 10 goals in a Premier League fixture was Sir Alex Ferguson's final game. 2013, a 5-5 draw for Manchester United at West Brom. They're 1 goal short of that tally at the moment. Josh King. Spins away for another corner. And this normally genteel ground is anything but right now.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Referee has spotted an infringement and blown for a free kick.
And it's testing the nerve, isn't it? Donnarumma, having the set plays in there, people are in and around his feet, bumping him, nudging him.
2-minute press conference yesterday might just be 90 seconds after this. He won't be in a good mood. A bit harum scarum. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. It's a foul, it's a trip by Sessegnon.
Didn't get any of the ball, but got plenty of Bernardo Silva. He's going to need a player of his experience at the moment just to settle City down.
City fans largely silent to our right in the Putney end. Bernardo Silva. And again. It's given away, surrendered by Bassi. Cherky. Castagna down for Anderson.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Behind to take a point. In 2011, Newcastle famously 4 down at half-time against Arsenal, drew 4 apiece. A thunderbolt from the late Czech Tiote. Chukwueze. Some run this. I'm on edge, John. I really am. Every time he gets the ball on his left foot and he's in that area, I'm just picturing him sticking it in the back of the net. Lovely run, shifting the ball, one foot to the other. What an impact he's had coming on. Had a great game at Spurs. It's followed up by a super cameo sub performance. The nifty Nigerian leading Manchester City a merry dance. Castagna. Chukwueze. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Nico O'Reilly.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Suggesting time wasting. We're hearing 8 minutes is the likelihood for additional time.
I don't think anyone's complaining.
Well, City fans might be.
Maybe.
O'Reilly. The trip on Berger. City calling back Nathan Ake because O'Reilly is struggling. So fourth officials board about to be lifted. Tony Harrington shows 8 minutes to the crowd. That's a minimum, remember.
They're just resorting to just trying to chip the ball up the field to Haaland at the moment, City. They really are stretched and under pressure.
Meanwhile, Chukwueze taking a very different approach. Brings Kevin into play. Kusiasare. Castagna. Kevin. And away by Bernardo Silva.
They've just got to put the ball in the box for them. Get it wide, get it in the box, ask the question.
SWB audio capture,
This is a
not
nervy
registered.
period for Manchester City.
Anderson. Savinho. Fulham got sufficient numbers back. A couple of occasions where they've been a little hasty. You can understand their exuberance, their excitement.
Yeah, frustration from Leno there as well. He just kind of banged his hands on his hip. He knew he had to get that ball through.
O'Reilly. There's Nunes. John Stones.